I know, absolutely. Just how you doing, you? Good. We want real good. We don't want pretty good.
Miss Nancy, this one
Real
needs so.
Good. Okay, lift up that precipice. Very good. Now, yeah. You've got your body thread on. Go right through your needle. Right to that. You look at that diagram. This is hers. Look at that. Sure. So, look at this diagram and tell me where you went off. Where do you go from here? She did it that. You got it. It's one of your big things. How you doing, Lynn? Okay, stop.
Wait a minute, we'll be the same height. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, be serious all the time.
Okay, da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey.
Is that it?
That's good.
That's it.
That's it?
Don't you, what?
You see, she's more photographic than me.
How do I
Don't do sideways. Mr. Rollins said I was being sideways.
Is that it? Are
wait,
we
hold on.
finished
Wait a
today?
second. Wait a second.
That's it? Thank you. This was wonderful. I really appreciate this. Makes my whole day.
Okay. Here we go. Smile.
How are you doing? Good luck next year. Hi, you guys. Don't forget me. It was my favorite class. Do I have to talk? Danny, do I have to talk? Hi. Hi. Nice talking to you.
Hi, Mom.
Well, they started.
you mean, do I remember? I remember all of them.
No, with Matt and Bobby, Joe. Did you ever have them?
Who?
Matt Mullen, Morgana. Oh, sure. Can you think of 3 adjectives to describe our class? Off the top of your head?
No, that wasn't a very good question.
Somebody has to hold the door open.
Let's go. We can play Jaws to the background. Danny, get close.
Wonderful, I love it.
Remember our counselors at Marshall Simons who helped us through the years. I'm here with them today, with Mrs. Salviati, Mr. J, and Ms. Callahan. And we have a question for them. We'd like to know what has changed since we have left Marshall Simons.
Well, there are fewer students. There are about over 1,000 when you were here, and there are about 929 now.
Mr. J?
Well, I think one thing that comes to my mind is one of the counselors you had in the 8th grade was Miss Sinek, and she has now moved to Seattle, Washington, so that that's a big void.
She's gone.
She's gone. That's a big void in the school now, so that's a thing we miss a great deal.
Ms. Callahan?
Well, another big void is decor, which is gone.
It's gone.
We also have a new computer lab that wasn't here when you were here. As a matter of fact, we have 2 rooms that are loaded with computers. That's about it. That I can think of, right?
There we go. There we have it. E-card is gone, the Cynic's gone, and the computer lab's here.
Another room also.
Okay. Wow.
We can find out from her when she does so.
Even though we wanted to forget them, I'm here with 3 of our favorite 8th grade teachers. Mr. Lucius, Ms. Rancourt, and Mr. Sardellis. All right, Ms. Rancourt, I know you want to answer this question. Use 3 adjectives to describe the class of 1987.
Dynamic, unforgettable, mischievous.
She says the same things about me, so don't think you're great.
What has changed? Yeah, I mean, compare us to other classes that you've had. I mean, do we stick out? Just kind of
Absolutely. That was a very challenging year for me.
Was
Your
it?
class.
Was
yes.
it challenging?
Yes, they spent more time out of their seats than in their seats. And I spent more time telling them to get into their seats. And please to just walk in the door and sit in the classroom.
Are there any particular students or group of students that stick out?
Right off. I don't even need to hesitate. Mary Beth Hickey, Susan Murphy, Gail, I don't remember her. Gail Lamaka.
Well, Makabukabiga Lakarakatika. Happy Hawaiian.
Yeah, Bob Gallinaro. Especially those 3 girls. They stick out.
Those 3 girls, Bobby Gallinaro. Yep. Stop rubbing my leg.
You're going to have to edit this, right?
Okay.
So, now, I'd like to ask some questions if I could. A couple of people in this class of 87. Who are the who was the class couple in the 8th grade yearbook?
It was Gail and Joe.
Oh, don't say that.
Mrs.
Don't say-
Raincourt.
They're not together anymore,
Oh.
Mrs. Raincourt. Is Barbara Bibby still in love with Matarazzo? I
No,
wanna know
I
that.
don't know. I don't.
Is, I mean, you know, she, no? Does Kim Palmer still worship the ice that Paul Russo skates on?
No, it was it Russo?
Oh, it was Russo.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought
my
it was
God. No, Russo.
I don't
Kim
know.
Palmer. It was awful. Awful.
Mm-hmm.
Was it written all over your desk too?
All right, whatever.
Let's see. I want to know. I want the truth right now. Was it Kerry Murphy who cheated off of Mary Beth Hickey, or Mary Beth Hickey who cheated off of Kerry Murphy in my science test? I want to know.
Carrie
The
Murphy.
same answers, the same test results, every single test. I want to know after all these years.
Susan
Murphy.
Susan Murphy. I'm sorry, Susan Murphy. Who was the one that was smart? I want to know. That question should be answered.
I think they both were.
They both.
Let me see. Who else we have here? Kim Ma. Kim Ma. Remember Kim Ma?
Yes.
Yes. I wonder what she's doing now.
Haven't
She was
seen
here
us here
occasionally during
before.
that year. Remember 8th grade? She
You
was
know
here.
what?
You know how many days in school? Let me see.
I want
We
to know
have
about Sean Hurd.
John Cherubino, Mrs. Murphy, and Mrs. Abadi really miss you in the lunchroom. They want you back into the lunchroom, John Cherubino. Let's see.
Joe.
Has Igor Korik changed his
Joe
name yet?
Cherubino.
Joe Cherubino?
That was
Is it
Joe.
John?
No, John. No, it was John Marguerite.
John.
It's John.
It's John Cherubino. It's John. Was in her
John.
grade. I don't think you geek. You're trying to put me in.
4 years.
Let me see. Anyone else? Elaine Gerbrans, you know, the girl who never smiled.
Laurie
Remember her?
Mahoney.
Laurie O'Mahoney.
They
yeah.
loved Mr. Sardellis. They
Yep.
used to
Elaine
secretly
Gervais.
hide away and wait for him to
Yes.
Jen
steal
Gerard.
Elaine
and
and
jump
Laurie
out,
O'Mahoney.
Jen
Yes.
Gerard.
Yeah.
like scare him. And they would leave love notes to him on the blackboard.
Who's this?
Never knew.
Elaine Gerbrians, Laurie
Laurie
O'Mahoney,
Mahoney.
and Carla
Carla
Stasio.
Stasio.
They had
Whitman.
a love affair
Amy
with Mr.
Whitman.
Sardellis
Yep.
for a good year.
Yep, it was incredible. Now, what about the
Fish on
little girl?
text.
She was only about this big, this tall.
Oh.
She's still around. Melissa Stetler.
Stetler.
She's only this.
Is she
She
into
used to hide
wrestling?
She used to hide my coffee
was
cups in
tough.
the morning.
Mrs.
Jump out
Stetler.
onto my table.
Do you know
It was
Missy?
incredible.
Missy.
Missy
Stetler?
Stetler.
No.
She
She
must
goes to high school?
She must have moved.
She must
Remember
have
how
been
strong she was?
huge.
She was so strong.
This big, but she was strong.
Strong.
Very powerful. Now, who else was in that class?
I want to know if Sean Herbie's still drawing blood notes and things
Sean
like
Herbert?
that. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, I could waste.
Did he
I could
There
waste.
was Ray
Maddie
King-
Mullins,
Ray
right now.
King's in this
Maddie
class.
Mullins, I want you right now on the mat right now. I'll kill you, state champion. I'll kill you.
Ray Kim Voltiro, Lauren
I think we're gonna get Sean
Shtanian,
Herbert to
Kim
retest his
Voltiro, my
driver's
good
license.
friend.
She's going to USC.
Oh, is
Oh,
she?
she got accepted. I don't know if she's going.
Who else? A lot of ones from that. Travellini. I want to know. Has this girl ever worn her Stray Cats outfit for Dave Travellini?
Oh.
Yeah, Stray Cat strutting. Right here.
I'm editing this.
Oh no, you're
You're
not.
editing this?
You'll have.
No way.
This was the class I did the outsiders with, and that's really like a fond memory for me because the one thing that stands out in my mind is that they loved discussing the outsiders. They were like so into it. And every class was like really fun, and they always had questions about the characters and the relationships between the characters. And we went to see the movie, and it was just like a really, as a class, as a team. Matter of fact, I think
That's
all the
been
8th graders might have gone.
Yeah.
Our team definitely went, and
I
that was
still
just
think-
really that was kind of a highlight of the year, doing the outsiders. They
Yeah.
loved it.
What,
What's these
At
kids?
least they made me think they did.
Is there life after activity block? If you guys managed to get by all right in the high school without activity, you make up your own?
What
You
kids-
know we've heard?
what kids were with us that aren't at the high school anymore? Tina Fan was in that.
Tina?
Oh,
Tina
Tina, did she
Fan
go back to?
She's-
Ray
she
Camp.
was in
Ray Camp. Remember Ray
California,
Camp?
no,
He was
Ray's
very-
still there.
He was smart.
Tina's out in Los Angeles, I think. I think that's
Really?
where she moved
LA?
to. Yeah, out in the suburbs of LA.
Kids have moved in and out. It's kind of hard to look back and think it's gone.
Who's the big tall boy that,
Fairweather.
Glenn Fairweather? Didn't we have someone else?
He would have done anything
He's
for
always.
me. I mean, I could have asked him to wash the
Give me that
floor.
look.
Stephen
all the
Clifford
time.
was in that
Steve
team,
Clifford.
right?
Steve Clifford.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's the boy that used to say old
PR
horse
guy.
feathers? Billy, big tall boy.
Billy Ducker?
No, no. Billy
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Oh,
That's it.
Billy Hitchcock, yes.
Oh,
Billy
Man.
Hitchcock.
Oh,
yes.
she knew right away.
Where is
Yes.
Billy Hitchcock? Is
what
he
a
still
good
at high
guy,
school?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy Hitchcock.
Oh, else on
Richie
Spreadberry.
He didn't go to high school.
No, he
He's
didn't.
Shane.
I
He's gonna be a pipe
I
wrench.
saw him one day. He's big as ever. He's a big kid.
Yes, I still have his sneakers that he left in my room.
He loved that what is it, motocross bicycle racing? Is that what they call it? He loved that when he was here. That's all he did.
Oh, yes.
So you still.
That was a good,
Oh, we remember a lot of
good bunch
you
of
guys.
you. We remember a lot of you guys. We don't see
Yeah.
enough of you guys.
You never come back to visit.
We don't.
You didn't invite us to the banquet. I'm sure your food tastes delicious. I should be there.
It's so
Well, there, so we're not
They
there.
didn't invite you. They wanted some food. Like they wanted something.
Listen to this. Has Mr. Sardel's changed at all? Whoa. I'll give you a hint. Yeah,
Okay, well, thanks for
very
talking
welcome.
with us today.
Yep, say hello to David for me.
We hope you can
Number
use
22.
some of this material. We hope some
Hey,
of it is
put it all there.
appropriate.
If anybody's
You
willing
saw
to
that.
pay to see this, we expect royalties.
That's right.
Oh, all right.
We want a kickback.
How if we have a commercial now?
Okay.
We have a commercial for it. Maxwell. Maxwell.
Now, this is what you do at team meetings?
We just fool around.
Normally we fool around.
We just fool around.
Talk about old kids, that used to be here, the sharks. No, usually it's much more sophisticated.
It's very
Academic
serious, and we
and
all,
serious.
you know.
And look at Mr. Costa. Hi, and maybe you can just get him this way. Hi, Mr.
New member of the team.
Yeah,
Should
new
laugh.
member of the team.
Sure.
Yeah, he was our second round draft choice. I won't tell you who we wanted, but we got him. Yep.
How do you like it in high school? I mean, back in house.
Miss the high school, miss all the kids I had last year. Two classes, 2 years, history classes, which I could spend the senior year with you, but good luck to everyone.
We're shipping him back next year.
Yeah,
Right, he's
well,
out of here.
that's what I'm saying.
You guys that stay back a year, you'll have Mr. Costa next year. He's going back.
Okay, thank you.
Very welcome.
Nice to
Yep.
see you.
Catch that field.
Time for the stray cat to
Bye,
start out of
Diane.
here. Danny,
Good night,
things that
everyone.
stick out. Well, Danny's stomach sticks out more than yours do. Yeah?
Just a big guy now.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah. Bye, Danny.
Bye.
Class of 87.
He was trying to get us to wave, I
Goodbye.
think.
Okay.
He's killing us.
Are those cute?
Yeah. Well, you gonna buy one?
Kids getting off the bus at the high school. Maybe we can get on the bus and have them all wave. Where are you guys going? All right. Let's get on the bus.
There's several ways to get there, but there is construction in Boston, so it would have been in my habit to go down around the other way.
The office is right. Go out, take a left, and then take your immediate left after that. Right there. in the D corridor. Take a sign over there.
Okay, thank you, bye.
I don't know, I don't see anything.
I'll tell you. You go ahead.
Do you want me to flip it anymore or just move my hand away? Tell me when to flip it. This is gonna be so good. Okay, then we can start. Do you want to go through the cross stitches?
Hi, can you please send Nikki Fife to the office? Hello? Hi, can you send Nikki Fife to the office, please? Thanks.
What? Me and Jackie. Jackie looks so little. Yeah, alright. Jimmy Byrne.
He can go back at 10 up.
At 10 off?
Yeah.
Oh, I just have a question to ask you. It's nothing bad. Okay? Somebody says you were the bus with somebody named Jenny.
Could be Danny Gold.
Hi. Did you take the bus?
Yeah, he's saying
Okay,
okay.
thank you. That's all. And you're on the outside. Right here. Yeah. Okay.
Discussion of recreation stuff.
That's all. Thank you.
That's what we was talking about up there. What the hell comes up first?
We did it with
What?
Awesome. And bologna.
Oh, there's so many ways to spell that.
We went with the DALOGNA and then pasta, OPP.
That's it?
So we don't use that. I don't use those words anymore.
You're getting your money's worth with that shampoo. Number two, to determine whether or not you should continue using that shampoo. And actually, three, some of the results can be shared with some of the seniors here. Maybe it'll improve some of the scalp hygiene of some of these kids at the high school before they go on after high school. So we'll start with Dawn. Dawn, if you want to tell us some general remarks about your shampoo and also give us the cost for 5 milliliters. You never finished, she was absent. Typical. Now, who does that remind you of? Never finished? Leanne? Leanne, by the way, is probably going to get 8th grade class couple for Marshall Simon this year. She has a very good chance. She's really working on hoping for the votes to be counted, rolling in. This could be our class couple this year. Her and Demiani, does that name ring a bell? Go ahead, Leanne. Leanne second, Mike second, sister.
I thought of the mushroom was sassy and like you're not supposed to use that much because it's more like a solid kind of.
Okay, high salt content. What about the cost for 5 milliliters?
Mine was, no, 36, I think.
36, 3.6 cents. That puts it into the, what we call a moderately priced category. Check on your shampoo. If your shampoo is between, it is 1.5 cents or 1 cent or less, we call it a bargain. If it's 1.5 to 2, it's inexpensive. If it's 2 to 3, we call it 2 to 3, 3.5, moderately priced. If it's 3.5 to 5, it's somewhat expensive. If it's more, Barbie, if it's more than 5 cents per 5 milliliters, you have a very expensive shampoo.
This is point 19. That's what I bought.
19 cents for a shampoo that has gold in it, right? 19 cents. That works out, if it's 19 cents, that works out that shampoo costs around $9 for an 8-ounce bottle. Barbara, do you think your calculations are correct?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either. Don, what was yours for 5 milliliters, you remember? Have you done that far yet? Still absent, huh?
No, it's still out.
How many people had a shampoo that was a penny and a half or less for 5 milliliters? So you had what either we call a bargain or inexpensive. Lucis, Hulk Hogan? Yeah. If you're looking at this picture right now, I'm the one on the left. Okay? And I'm throwing my voice to make it look like this dummy is talking. But that's really me over here. See? Tilt my head. Okay, here's a quiz for Sean Herbert. Which one is me now? It's kind of tough, Herbie. I'll do it once again. Who am I, Sean? That's it.
Yes, well, I just want to thank Neha because to let her know that I'm still using her drawings in my science lessons here for food webs. Right, you guys? Remember these this year? And I also wanted to let Jeff Aronis know that I still have his Beatle records just in the same place where he left them, right over here. So if he wants to claim them, I've got Day in the Life, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Hearts Club Band, and these are all Jeff's, so Jeff, come and get them when you want them.
You guys, what do you think the high school's going to be like? Just somebody answer, just raise it.
I don't know.
Come on, what do you think the high school's going to be like? Just one person?
Don't all be so shy.
I know, come on, what do you think it's going to be like? Obviously,
I think this is the first
Do you
time
think
my
it's
class
gonna be
never
great?
talked.
do you look forward to it? Do you dread it? Do you dread it?
I don't know. I'm just interested in the art courses.
You want to take the art courses? Oh wow, that's good. I took painting and drawing for 3 years. What are you going to take? Painting, drawing, graphic design? Graphic design? Yeah. What are you most taking? Kid in the Maroon Sweatshirt. What are you taking?
What?
What are you taking?
Can't remember. Design?
Design?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Do you do any sports?
Yeah.
You look like a football player. Got his helmet.
Hey, well, I want to ask you guys something. See if any of the seniors recognize this picture. This is Andrea Vient's self-portrait from her science project. So, here's for your trivia.
Probably gerbil.
I'm trying to think. I changed from year to year. I think we had, I'm trying to remember. I remember we had one creature.
I would like to go to graduation. It's quite a class. I love the dress class. A lot of nice kids.
Pick one incident.
One incident.
Pick one
I don't know.
incident.
We had so many. I don't know. When I think of it, we had a lot of fun.
What about our barbecue?
The barbecue, yeah. No, I don't want to talk
What did you
about the
call it
barbecue.
when we pulled our shorts down?
Yeah, you can go back.
That was the only incident that really scared me with that thing. But other than that, good. Come on, kids, will you please? Go.
I'm here today with Mr. Goodwin, who most of us had when we were here at Marshall Simons, and who some of us had as a driver's education teacher. And
I want to ask Mr. Goodwin about fondest memory he has of our 8th grade.
Well, I just would like to say that the 8th grade, that the class of '87 was probably one of the best 8th grades I've seen go through here. One thing I remember was the last day, not only were the kids crying, but I think many of the teachers were kind of welled up also. It was quite a class. I really enjoyed it. And, many fond memories of the kids. I really enjoyed the class. What are the questions?
Particular student that you remember, someone that sticks out. I know we all do.
Well, I think you all did. Yeah. I think of, Jody and all the girls and
All the girls.
the boys. Billy and Anthony and all the kids. You were just such a nice group of kids. And I think everybody, I think it's quite a credit to the class that all of the 8th grade teachers felt the same. Nice group of kids. I'd like to go to graduation. I'm serious. So somebody send me a ticket back, an invitation.
All right.
A nice group.
Thanks,
You are
Mr.
a nice group. Except she's a terrible driver. Okay? Is that all right?
Yep.
You did give us your answer out loud. Go ahead.
When he sticks up for thinking,
Okay.
and when he calls his nature.
You know why I took off 3 points? Because you gave the example that suggested he appreciates nature. You didn't say he appreciates nature. You just said he calls a flower a candlelight. Am I right? Yeah. But you never said. Next question, 16. The major conflict of characters that's brought out. You could have had 2 possible answers. What was one answer? Hunters versus builders. I also accepted something else. Did anyone have something different? Polly? Right. That was the conflict of characters I was really looking for. But it's also suggested. No, this is for Simon as a Christ figure. Okay. That's where I didn't take off any points here. I took off -3, and then you were minus the second example. Okay. You had to have 2 examples to get 10 points. Annalise!
I can't tell you not trying to
No, I corrected it. It's right. I almost did. And I had second thoughts. Okay. 17. Give an example which explains the conflict. How?
I'm only gonna make it.
Here's some facts. Was Debbie Burnham? Hi, Mom.
This is great. This reminds me of the great pictures I took of the class of '87 when they were here at Marshall Simon's. And that final assembly, all those embarrassing shots of you people. I enjoyed every minute of it.
This stuff is great. What we do is art, Jamie, lunch, and then Miss Abadi, and then
I'm gonna want it the way we did it this year.
yeah.
And if people do it the wrong way,
Then it's just gonna be frustrating. Well, maybe.
you know what? I think we might get another battery pack too.
Okay, I can put in my bag.
It's just right across the hall.
Oh, these are the bad ones?
The battery B for the light.
Oh, okay.
This one.
All right.
It is.
Because ours is, we're like pulling together pretty good stuff.
Definitely. Okay, where are you gonna? Wanna him sit right there? Maybe
you
you
want me
sit.
to sit
Yeah,
with him?
I'd like you. I think, or maybe it's up to you. You know.
Because what I figure is it would be really effective if we just had him at the beginning or the end addressing our class.
Yeah. At the end, probably.
Just like, just by himself. What do you think?
Danny, what do you, like, when is this going to be shown, or what's your...
It's May, the last day of this, for the seniors.
Oh, okay.
It's May.
Day of the banquet.
Do you show it at the banquet?
Uh-huh.
or-
No. It's shown at the
Oh, no, at the
assembly during
yeah.
school.
Good. Almost, you remember your last day here, we showed pictures, a slide tape presentation of the kids through there. And so, a similar type thing during the
Yeah.
assembly, you'd show, are you going all the way back to grade 1 or just back to the middle school?
Well, we're going to grade 1, and we're getting more and more footage as the grades go up.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit in kindergarten, and grade 1, and grade 2, and all the way up in elementary. And then we're going here and getting more and more.
Yeah.
And then up to high school. See, it's going to add up to like maybe 10 minutes in elementary school, maybe like 20, 30, 40 minutes maybe from the middle school. It depends on how we cut it in.
Okay.
And then maybe 45 to 50 minutes at the high school.
Okay.
And, you know, it's just summing up everything that you've done from first grade
I
to
think kids will like it.
12.
Especially,
Well, we're not only are we just getting footage, we're going back, getting music that we listened to
Good.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
when we were here.
Yeah.
And playing that in the background, music from vaudeville,
Good.
you know, stuff like that, things that are going to trigger the memory.
That'd be real good.
And
That sounds good. And so then, have you had anything to look at yet, or is this the start of it today? In other words, have you taken any pictures at the elementary school or high school?
yeah, there.
Yeah, we've done a segment on the elementary school.
We've been filming high school for years, like doing things in media class.
Yeah.
And this year we've gotten Thanksgiving Day rally.
Yeah.
We've gotten football games, soccer games, fill-in games. We've gotten
Wrestling.
wrestling things.
All the sports.
All the sports are videotaped now. So
It's just going to be
just
added
grab
up.
excellent.
And so this will all be videotaped, right?
Yeah, we have about 35 kids in our media class. And is it that many?
Small, I'd say about 20.
Is it?
Yeah,
It
small,
seems
20,
big.
25.
Yeah.
And we split up into groups, and one group has from 9th grade to 12th grade and what we did then or something like that.
Okay.
And then they have like memories from the center of Burlington where you hang out and everything.
Yeah.
And Rena and I were chosen to do the Marshall Simons.
Yeah.
And, you know, do this. Another girl did the elementary school.
Good.
So it's really
But when you
coming
say
along.
videotape, will you be able to project this on a screen large enough for everybody to see?
Yeah, Dr. Sabine takes care of it.
They rent a big, huge screen for it.
Okay.
And they put it together.
I don't know
so.
exactly how the machine works myself.
Yeah, but this will be
But
able to
I
be
know.
fed into a large...
Yes.
Yeah, they spend, I think it's like $200 for the whole day to rent the TV, so.
Good.
Yeah, Dr. Sabine really spends.
Wonderful.
Goes out and does it.
Have you decided what you're going to do next year, Rena, at all?
Hopefully I'll be attending Boston College.
Yeah. You
And-
applied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, it looks like law and business,
Yeah.
something like that.
Now when will you hear about getting in?
Hopefully at the end of this month,
Yeah.
beginning of April. I
Yeah.
should know
Well,
about
have you applied other places too?
Tufts, UMass. UMass I should hear any day, that's not
Yeah.
really a big concern.
Yeah.
Tufts, BU, Pepperdine University in California.
That'd be a trip, huh? How did you hear about that?
Well, one of my friends applied,
Oh, yeah.
Sarah Smith applied, and she gave me an application. I said, oh, Malibu Beach might as well. I was going to
Really?
apply to St. Mary's in Indiana, but
Is Sarah going to Pepperdine?
she wants to.
Yeah.
She wants
Her
to.
family travels a lot, don't they?
They lived in the South. They came up here. She came up here while she was in Marshall.
I think so. I remember that because I remember.
Seventh, eighth grade,
Yeah.
around that time.
Yeah.
And they haven't gone back. They
stayed in this
Yeah.
area.
They do visit down south
Yeah,
a lot because that's where their family is. And
Yeah.
the parents were raised there. So.
It's hard, it's hard to, the college choice is a tough one because some things, places are obviously appealing because of their academic or other reasons. But there's a place for everybody, you know what I mean? In other words, BC may be good for you, but not for Danny, or maybe good for Danny, but not for you, and vice versa. And I know I've had 3 kids that have got out of college recently, and when they're going in, it's almost impossible to be sure they're going to, like I have a daughter at Bates and a daughter at University of New Hampshire and a son at Stonehill, and believe me, it was almost impossible to predict. Bates was the toughest one to get into. University of New Hampshire was strictly an athletic scholarship type of thing, so she went there to run. And the Stonehill was the smaller school, and yet they seemed to do the best job of preparing my son for a job
My
afterwards.
sister just graduated from Stonehill.
I know, your father. I remember seeing your father down there. What is she doing now, dear?
She's teaching at Harvard, Mass. So.
Oh, she's a teacher?
Yeah.
What grade?
4th grade.
No kidding.
So she's doing really good.
She's doing an excellent job of preparing you for the work world. He's an assistant manager at a bank right now, and he, excellent. He's had tremendous rise in a short period of time. So you just don't know. That's why your selections are interesting. Pepperdine, Tufts is a very difficult school to get into.
Yeah.
Very a good friend of mine's daughter went to early acceptance, and she was refused, and now she's on the regular list. But boy, that's a tough school. And BC, you never know. I had 3 kids who applied to BC, and they're very. It almost seems. I mean, if you have high SATs and high class rank and high everything, you probably get in. But if everything isn't there, they make crazy decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do on waiting list, and athletics is very big there. Like if you're a football player, you really have an edge on getting in over someone who's not. So it's tough to. And Pepperdine, I don't know what they're looking for. Volleyball players.
Volleyball,
probably,
yeah. I said.
Beach.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said to me, Rena, you're not really considering that school. And I said, I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
It's not so crazy. It all depends on your family. Some kids wouldn't want to, leaving your family type of thing. But I know Mrs. Gorney went to school in Washington, D.C., which was a complete shock. I mean, she had Worcester and her parents, and just for some reason, all of a sudden you got accepted. I forget the name of the school, but I think you'd recognize it if you heard it. A very well-known school. She got into the American University. I was at American University in Washington, D.C. She was the happiest 4 years of her life. Crazy. We had the best friends, but she said when I had to leave home, it was a shock to everybody. So it's a tough decision. How about you, Danny? Are you looking around at schools?
Yeah, I'm looking at computer schools.
Oh yeah.
I'm majoring in computer tech.
Yeah.
I already really know that.
Lowell University has good programs.
Yeah, Lowell. I was looking at a lot of different schools. Merrimack.
Yeah, they're good also.
Yeah. So
my nephew, Dan, Kenny Connors, is graduating from here this year. Merrimack, and he really
I know
liked
Kenny
it.
pretty well.
Yeah, so he could tell you, but he's a senior, and he could tell you what it is. Well, listen, do you want me like a hi, how are you type thing? Do you want to ask me questions while I'm on tape? But what do you want to do? How do you want to do it?
We'd like to have you just address our class. Maybe wish us good luck.
Yeah, maybe some memories if you have any.
Okay. What I would do though, Danny and Rena, I wouldn't mention particularly. I mean, if I had memories, I wouldn't say I remember Matt Mullen in the cafeteria, or Danny and C. Card, or a thing. I would keep names out of it because I couldn't remember everybody. You know, I mean, I could.
And then everyone would feel left out.
Yeah. So it would be more of a, and I do. I have a general image of your class, and other people do here too, which is good. As classes go on, sometimes they get all lost in just they just do. And I was talking with Mrs. Murphy and Mrs. Abadi last week, and they remember you well. They really do. They say, "Oh yeah, that was a nice class," and they remember you for good reasons. Well, you were on Mr. Luce's team, C. Corridor. Is that what team were you on?
Mr. Burcho, Ms. Janiak, Mr. Luther, and Mr. Goodwin.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's funny how kids remember that. I know Mr. Curtin's son, Kevin, I think is graduating from Harvard this year, and he went through this school. And I met him, about a year ago, and I said, do you remember the team you were on here in the 8th grade? He said, remember the team? I can tell you the teams from the 5th, we had 5th grade here. And he named the teachers he had in the 5th grade. Yeah,
Okay, she got married. She was Mrs. Del Duca.
Yeah?
Let's see who else. That was my fifth grade team. Those were my two teachers. Let's see,
Sixth grade now we had open.
Treshinecki, Harrell, and
Birchill?
Martinoli?
no, Treshinecki, Harrell.
Just the two?
And then
Gary Katuklian? No,
no,
was he sixth grade
I
then?
had two, and then for seventh grade I had Treshinecki again.
Yeah.
I had Miss Rose. She got pregnant and went and had a baby, and then we had Miss Cavalier, but she got pregnant too.
Yeah.
So
that was the wrong place to be.
That's what gets you the
Miss
pregnancies
O'Neill.
and the marriages, the name
myself.
changes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know pretty well. That's pretty good. These years are kind of crazy years for kids, you know. And
Oh, from 6th to 8th grade, I can remember once we came to Marshall Simons, I came from Francis Wyman.
yeah.
And
What grade did you, when you came Francis Wyman, what grade were you
I
in?
came into 6th grade.
Okay, so you were really the first class,
Yeah,
6th grade
first.
class, because we changed from 5 through 8 to 6 through 8, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was great. I can remember the first thing that I noticed that I liked is activity block and vaudeville.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
main thing.
There are a lot more activities here,
Yeah.
I think, because I know my
definitely.
nephews, Danny and Kenny, Kathy, went to Francis Wyman,
Yeah.
so I'd see them and we'd talk, and the thing they noticed is that there was a little more going on here, you know,
Yeah,
whether you say
definitely.
haunted house or vaudeville or things
Haunted
like
house,
beside the studies, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of the kids like that.
Haunted house is one thing you didn't remember.
We did.
Yeah.
How about getting that poster behind you? A
Sure,
shot of
you
it
can get, yeah, that's something you
at
can
the
get.
end.
Yeah, and you could always have Mr. Lucis put on an old mask or something.
Yeah.
No, but seriously,
We've
we
gotten a
do
lot
have,
of him.
the haunted house is just as popular as it's just 6th grade, and the 6th graders have. Well then, what I'll do when you say go, I will just say a few words, minute or two type of thing.
Yeah.
And again, I just did jot that you're the class of 87, aren't you? Okay, class of 87. Okay, then, and let me sit here?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, fine.
Why don't we close this door? So
Yes. Okay, I'll get that for you. Okay.
He'll be by himself, right, Dan?
Yep. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, and then I'll go like this.
Okay.
And then when we cut, I'll go like that.
Fine, and figure about a couple of minutes, I'll be here, okay?
Get a good shot here.
They've been really receptive and
If you're not in like the teacher department, the staff are good, because sometimes they go in there in different shifts when they're free, so you can always double.
no, Mrs. Murphy didn't know it was a good idea if we went into the teaching.
Oh, it wouldn't be bad. No, all I'm saying, you can catch them when they have time there. See, sometimes if they have a class and all, it's tough.
It's tough.
But especially starting at in about 20 minutes, at 10 minutes of 11, the lunches start. So therefore, when the 6th grade kids are reading, the 6th grade teachers are free, having their lunch, or 7th grade or 8th grade. And between, let's say, 11 and 12, that block right there, you might be surprised the people you catch, and they'd have time then. And they're a little more comfortable, and they could, you know, you could do anything you want. But it's sometimes easier for them to do it than when they have a class going on. So don't be afraid to go in, because we told everybody you were coming, we put it in a bulletin, we put a sign up here that you're here. So don't be afraid to do that. And the only reason I suggest it is they're a little more relaxed at that time, and they'd be glad to talk to you. You know?
Just trying to get this going. I think we're all set.
Do you think the high school has changed much between the two principals now? You had Mr. Perry, and has it made much of a change in the school? Yeah. What way do you think? Right?
It was more loosely constructed when I entered.
I see.
I remember being able to, during lunch, being able to hang out by the wall.
Yep.
You didn't have to go up to lunch. There was always this constant mob of kids, of older upperclassmen, around the lobby and the front areas.
Yeah.
Not anymore. You walk down that hall,
Yeah.
it is empty.
Yeah.
Dr. Stephanie has really clamped down on the rules.
Yeah.
He's got it more tightly structured
And that's
now.
been better, I imagine. Huh?
It has been better.
Yeah.
There have been some complaints. There are a lot of people who resent that tightening.
Yeah.
Homeroom's been changed
Yeah.
so that it's at 7:30. That's created a lot of problems, especially with upperclassmen.
Oh, I see.
Who, you know, homeroom used to be between second and third period, so if you didn't have a first and you could drive, you drove in, you'd still make homeroom, you'd still be in
Yeah,
school, and
yeah.
you'd be able to sleep in.
Yeah.
That's caused problems. But I think he's finally getting to the point where he's got kids coming in on time, and
Good.
he's got,
Yeah.
you know, he's striving for academic excellence.
Okay, so we're all set, I think.
Okay, then I'll wait
So-
for the 3, 2, 1. You think?
Okay. Okay. 3, 2.
It's a pleasure for me again to greet members of the class of '87. The last time I saw you was at an assembly, a final 8th grade assembly, back in the month of June. Seems like many years ago. I remember you very fondly. When I think of the class of '87, I think of a class that was able to put academics and activities together in close harmony. I remember you participating in such events as helping us out with our grade 6 haunted house, having just a great vaudeville show the year that you were here.
I'm sorry,
Is that
Mr.
okay?
Cruz.
That's all right.
Jesus.
Can we cut this?
Did
The
you,
voice wasn't on or something? I'll probably
pressed
change
it, but-
this every time I do it here.
Rena, this must go off
So,
every so often, because this is the second time. We did this with Mr. Goodwin,
Yeah?
and the same thing
Well, what was
happened.
should I
happening,
watch that, Dan?
The,
Or will you know?
I think it should be okay. Let me just check the tape.
Take your time. No,
Yeah.
I'm
You're
sorry.
all right.
Also,
No,
we
I-
had 5th and 6th grade haunted house.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's good to
We
know.
were the class with the 5th
Yeah,
grade.
terrific.
So.
What we've been doing the last 3 or 4 years?
Yep,
Working
we
in?
did
Okay,
work in.
and you were one of the first class because it used to be just teachers, but then we couldn't get as many teachers and we started using 8th graders and now they fight to be in. So
Yeah.
it's 50 incidents. So, okay, I'm thinking you were here from the 5th grade on and then the middle school, the other one closed and like Danny came over as a 6th grader.
Danny came in as 5th.
Yeah.
No, you were
came
here
in
as
6th?
5th?
Sixth.
You came in
Sixth.
6th? Okay,
I
so
came
we
in
were
as
the
a
last group
Okay.
with 5th.
Okay. What happened then, Dan? What?
It was the tape, that right there, you have to press it every so, it must go off,
Okay.
because it was on pause so long.
Then
But-
so that didn't come out what I just said?
No, it didn't.
Okay, that's
I'm
all
sorry.
right. I just want to know whether, whether to repeat, and I will repeat some of that. Is it
It
gonna
was
be
really
all-
good. It was what you
going
always
very
say.
well.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I do, don't worry, I'll try to be just as, as
Yeah.
well. But this time, you've got everything set up, you think?
Yep.
Okay, then same thing then, you tell me when
Yeah.
to go. Does that
That was
sound
good.
all right?
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
It's hard.
That's
I knew
excellent.
I wanted to stop at a certain place, so I
Yeah.
hope it didn't mess you up,
Oh,
all right?
no problem.
Because that's all.
See, what we do afterwards is why I didn't say cut right after you finish, is we get lead room. So when we
That's
cut
right.
it into the thing,
Yeah.
it
Then you can
works out
slice
good.
in and out
Yeah.
where you want to. So you think that'll be all right?
That's great.
Good.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, I think
Gee,
Mrs.
so
Murphy
a
is
lot
a-
of this is coming out
Grab
better
that
than,
poster.
I thought.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted
So-
to take a shot at that poster.
And as I said, you may be able to use all of it or part of it. Are you going to see some of the team? Mr. Intapa, does this sound right? Mrs. Murphy said she was going to line up a couple of the team leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could come in here if you're already set up. Would you want that?
Yeah, when is
You wanna do
Mrs.
that?
Body going to
11 o'clock. In fact, she said between 10:30 and 11.
Okay.
So I know they all want to hear from her. So wait a
Yeah,
minute. Let me
definitely.
see if she's here.
Do you want
Yeah.
to see this set up?
Yeah, we might as well leave it if she's here. That if we could get that out of the way and then just go to lunch. Cause all right, do we want to go to the library? I think we've got enough. What?
I said I think so too. Let's go through.
We have 8th grade teachers. That's great.
Sixth grade, we get that specials. We're getting phone language or no?
Oh, no, there's only 2 of them. Jim, we got.
I'd like to introduce a gym teacher. A lot of kids in your class, a lot of the boys are close to Mr. Graham.
Okay, that's good.
Mr. Martin and Mr. Graham maybe together.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to get that.
So you know that's what I'm doing. 8th grade lunch. We're going out team. It's more important.
That's it.
And that's it.
We'll get.
How about the art room?
Okay. Let's see what I can do. Yeah? You go
Yeah,
ahead.
we have to go to the art room.
Okay. Dan and Rena, let me see if I can't bring some people down here for a few. I'm going to be out of my office for a while, and where you're all set up, if there's some people upstairs, you can get a little footage, okay?
Okay.
And then Miss Abai should be here in about 15 minutes. I know she's got a funeral.
Wasn't it
Mr. Martinoli?
But,
Dan, you want, was it
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Martinoli?
Mr. Martinoli and Mr. Graham.
Mr. Graham, okay.
If
Yeah.
that-
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Great. Thanks very much.
Okay, let's see what I can get for you.
Robert is out of Diane from
All right, out of Diane's in reading. Okay.
In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn this off
Might as well, yeah.
because we're gonna.
Certain group of kids, and they're gonna bring about just a certain group of kids, but that's okay because that's their time. You know. So we thought that.
Who are some of the seniors? I got Jimmy Brenner and Maddie.
Galanaro and Herbert and Magnarelli.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys
Okay,
were always
see-
together.
Yeah.
They still are.
They're
They
probably
still.
What about
always-
They
Brown?
always will.
No, Brown.
Brownie. Brian Brown.
There's another one.
Yeah, actually, Ryan didn't play football. He wrestles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
He's wrestling.
107 or whatever.
100.
See, those are the kids that we're talking about that you could talk about. Maybe, you know, a few words.
I mean, if you feel comfortable with it, if you don't, then you can't ask me.
No, I don't want to come off like a buffoon, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I really don't feel all that
They know
comfortable.
you're Italian. They'll understand.
Yeah, Magarelli and, you know, Galanaro will.
That's a good shot right there. So, do you want a couple more minutes, or you think you?
Well,
you know?
have like a little intro.
Would you feel comfortable with Rena in there
Yeah,
and
if I-
asking you
if I go
certain
in there and
questions?
ask you okay, well, let's go over what do you want me to ask if I introduced you. And then saying, what did I say? That the both of you were former coaches of some members of our class.
Yeah. Okay.
And that, you know, they're here with us today with some, I don't know, some thoughts and memories about the experience that they've had with you and
Sure.
they'd like to share with you. Something like that.
We gotta white balance this again, so real quick.
Should I do it this way?
Yeah, you have to get over it more. Okay.
Got it?
Hold on. Just kidding.
So such tripod.
This is it.
This is your lunch?
Yeah. That upsets me right there.
That's why he's upset.
No, I'm not upset. I'm terrible at memory.
Got it?
All
right. Oh yeah, you made. I don't.
Sorry, John. If you'd made a move.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you when.
Is she? Is that a thing? You can tell. Got a authoritative style.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you a 5 count, 5, 4, 3, and then like this, and you'll be on the air. Okay?
Hey, Hop. I wish I could see
Wait a
you.
minute. I'm here today with two people who are former coaches of some of the members of our class.
From a football coach.
Former football. Okay. All right, I'll try to get it. We might have to take a couple of takes, but.
That's okay. I don't want
Okay.
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 Got this down pretty good.
I learned how to count from you, remember that.
Backwards.
Oh, you have to get, that's good. We have to get shots like afterwards, so when we cut it. So lead room it's called. That was good. That was really good.
Really did.
So.
They haven't really been mentioned.
You haven't?
Mr. Lucius
Just
mentioned
mention
them,
them.
but that's about it. Yeah. So that's good.
Okay.
That's great.
Matt's gonna love it.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting next to him. He's
His head will be bigger than ever.
yeah, his head will be wrong.
Look at this guy's talking about me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It already is
See?
with the
Yeah.
states.
Yep. That's it. All you don't need is to know.
We're all
Run
set.
along.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. See you later. Need housekeeping?
See you later.
Okay,
See you later,
Danny.
Spanoli.
Take
Take
care.
it
Say
easy.
hi to Mom and Dad.
Yeah, okay, I will. Thanks a lot for your help.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, Polo. No, I can eat my lunch now. No, I have just my lunch.
So, let's see.
Oh, we're gonna get that last, like right when we leave. Let's get a body in Martin.
How you doing?
How are you?
Tomorrow, my husband's having some minor surgery.
Okay. I was ready to smile at something, then you said surgery. God.
Tomorrow I have to leave here around 11.
Okay.
Which means activity block is over.
Oh my God,
But I only have one class, and then Friday I'm not going to come in.
Okay, well, no, wait a minute.
Friday
You're
I'll come
coming in
and
tomorrow, and
I'll
you're
come in
leaving
early
early?
'cause Joan's
You
not
sure
gonna
you
be
want
here.
to? I mean, that's no problem. Tomorrow's payday, which means a high attendance rate and all. So unless you don't want to take the day or something, please.
I think it'd take 2 days. It's stupid to take 2 days.
Whatever you want to do. I mean, I don't care. Either way, Barbara, I'm comfortable with. So just don't come in just.
Let me come in for
just-
that 7th
all
grade
right.
class.
Okay.
And there's nothing I can do
Then,
from anywhere. But
then,
Friday
so
I
you're
should-
going to need coverage for a class.
For Thursday afternoon class.
And you're going to be out Friday, you
And
say?
Friday I'll be out.
Okay, then
And
just.
John's not here either. That was.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to leave
And
that
Lou's
filling right
taking
there.
he's got the social studies conference.
Don't worry, really. We've been pretty good at subs. We get 5 of them now, too, and Thomas is back, so we'll be all right, really. But just put in a note
All right.
saying that. Just say,
I just
Dick,
wanted to let you
Thursday
know.
this, I'll be out Friday, and la-di-da, and the whole bit, okay?
Sorry about that. I just thought. I'm right on the way.
Great, go to gym and come back.
Seriously.
See you later.
Sit down for a second.
Alright, we got a thing.
Okay, we never get the janitor yet.
This is all she got?
What time is it now?
You don't know anything. Oh, hi, Gail. How you doing?
Okay, 11:15.
Is that all they
we
have
go
is
get
math?
lunch.
Does she have any
We
science?
can go get that, eat for lunch.
Yeah, well, it's 11:25. You said 11:15?
11:15.
Yesterday.
Isn't that
Oh,
when
50, I thought you
Isn't that when eat for lunch?
I forget to tell you the truth.
I thought she said
Don't tell her.
I'm gonna go check.
I hope so. I hope so. I don't know if this turns up scruff against you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Rita? Same. That's for you first time? Good? Yeah. You go to college. I don't stay there until like, I think it's easier.
Okay, Dan, what do we do?
What time is lunch?
10 or 12. So, see, we could have gotten them now.
Go to work.
Well, they're going to be here at 12:15. We'll get them and get out.
Definitely.
Having them look through the yearbook might be a good idea. Do you want to look through the yearbook now and pick through the yearbook? No, just let's have them pick through.
We had the janitors we were gonna get. Are we gonna get the health teachers?
Do you want to get them?
It's up to you. I'm just thinking we have almost an hour to waste.
Yeah.
Even if we don't use it, we should get it, and then if Miss Dalton might like something in it, and she might say we'll use it.
Because they're not, I don't know, just not very, they don't seem very, a lot of people in this Oklahoma high school, I guess. I think we should, if we're blowing out foreign language, and like basically gym and health, well, we didn't blow out gym because we got a thing of Miss Littleton talking, Miss Fullday was kind of in the background. Let's blow them out too. These, you have to blow.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Pinson's for all the media kids. Yeah.
Trying to think what else we could get.
Gotta get this thing, haunted house.
Is there any way we could get an activity books?
Can you buffer?
Anything that we could say activity book with. Cause out, the haunted house, vaudeville, and activity book. The 3 things.
Wanna go film the auditorium?
Get footage of that. You can see the tripod here too.
Hmm.
You can get footage of that.
The music room, too. The art room, let's go hit the art room. Might as well. Time to kill.
We'll get the auditorium, the art room. music room.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm leaving, I don't know if I told you, Connecticut in about 15 minutes, so again, you can use this as a central place.
Okay.
If you want to, make yourself at home.
All right,
Okay?
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Music room.
Let's go get cannons in the art hall. Stop for now. And we'll see what happens.
Let me check the tape. Mr. Granite.
I could see Mr. Graham being quiet.
Why is it still on? The tape is still on. Ask me why.
Because Dan, I want to get back to the high school town and watch